imagine it was very difficult, the logistics, getting people from outside, also Singapore, coming in to participate. A lot of people will be wondering, how do you plan to keep people safe?
Yeah, look, this is something that we've been working for a number of months with the Singapore government. I think we started off with an event October 9th. That was without an audience, but that was the first international sports or entertainment event of any kind in Singapore since the onset of the pandemic. And with the successful conclusion of the October 9th event, we're now going into an October 30th event where we're partnering with the government once again to pilot the return of live audiences. 250 superfan tickets were put up for sale, and these were sold out in about a day. But obviously safety first. All the protocols have been put in place. People are tested. Both athletes, crew, anyone who's participating in the event are tested. Multiple times. There are social distancing measures, obviously, for the fighters and the crew, and for the audiences as well. Audiences will be subject to a rapid antigen test, and they have to pass this test and be clear before coming to the event. So, in partnership with the Singapore Tourism Board and other government bodies, we spared no effort to make sure that everyone is going to be safe during the event.
Now, it also brings up the broader conversation with this kind of model, and we've seen it also from some of your peers, not just in Asia and the U.S., for example. A lot less in-gate receipts. I would imagine the way people consume the content is also slightly different because of what's happening. How has that approached the business side of this? The math of putting up an event like this, what are sponsors asking like? What's the cash flow looking like? Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think look, the silver lining in all of this is that, ultimately One Championship is a sports media property. In fact, we're Asia's largest sports media property, broadcast in 150 countries, including China, where I am right now. So even though the event's happening in Singapore, I'm here with, our partners and fans eagerly awaiting tonight's event. So the media side of it can continue. Now, obviously, live events took a hiatus, but during the pandemic and even right now, we see, ratings and numbers hitting record highs in some markets because people are at home and have actually habituated to looking at screens quite a bit, be it a TV screen, or a mobile device. So the media side of it continues, and we continue to broadcast with or without an audience. And a lot of the economics of a business like ours, just like the NBA, just like the NFL, rely on media rights and sponsorship. So as long as the broadcast can continue, and during the couple of months we weren't having events, we were broadcasting a lot of archive and historical content. Now with live events returning, we can now broadcast our crown jewel again. Now, obviously, nothing beats watching the event live, and that's why in conjunction with the Singapore government's approach to opening up the economy again in a safe and sustainable way, we decided to pilot a small number of tickets for tonight's event, and hopefully, if this goes well, that number will increase over time. So I guess long story short, the broadcast asset has continued and has been alive for a couple of months now, and that's why ourselves, the NBA, etc. Have set up bubbles to do audienceless events for broadcast. And now, as governments continue to open up their economies in a safe way, we're happy to be one of the key partners in allowing fans back into stadiums.
Okay, and so where does this leave your business, One Championship, in terms of its post-pandemic recovery?
Yeah, look, to be honest, things have been busy. Like I said, the crown jewel, the live event that all the fans and partners want to see, that has returned, and now it's returned with audiences. But in the meantime, the truth is we've been very, very busy with other projects that don't actually have anything to do with the live event. We're actually shooting, One Championship, The Apprentice One Championship edition in Singapore right now. And once again, this is obviously done in conjunction with STB and the IMDA. A lot of safety measures and protocols put in place. But this is a general entertainment project that is basically, a fresh take on what is one of the longest-running reality show IPs, in the world. We're partnering with MGM on this, and I see you have some shorts of it right now on screen. That's our founder Chatri, who is going to be hosting the show. We're going to have a bunch of contestants, guest CEOs. We're launching this first half next year. And this is a project that doesn't rely on us having to have a live event. So that's continuing. And we have a whole bunch of sponsors and media partners already lined up. Our esports business, One Esports, has also continued to be very busy. Even though big audience events have gone away for a while, we have actually continued to execute on online tournaments because esports, you can actually do that as long as the latency is not affected too much by distance between teams. So be it general entertainment, be it esports, be it the fact that we do have 9-10 years of content now from historical events and fights, we're actually pretty busy. And as long as we're broadcasting and creating content, our fans and partners and our 150 country broadcast that keeps growing will continue to be able to enjoy One Championship products.